Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Data Dispatch. I hope everybody is having a great day. What we've seen in the crypto markets is actually a little bit of confidence coming back in. And although we haven't made a crypto video in a while on the channel, reason being is because there's just been a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen with crypto. We see this kind of regulatory unknown and this enforcement by action that we're seeing being take part of, as we've seen with Binance and with Coinbase. However, we do have an important announcement from a former CFTC chairman that dismisses these SEC charges towards Coinbase as boring. We're going to be taking a look at this. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just keeping you guys updated on all the news that's happening within the industry, especially as we're kind of sitting in this limbo point. Make sure you check out some of the other videos on the channel as we're exploring all the different things that are happening within the news. But if we see this talking about the information that we do have today, is that Bitcoin actually does have a little bit of confidence coming back into the system as a whole. We do see it up about 5% near the end of the day, up about nearly at 28,000 after we do have this new piece of news here that the former CFTC chairman dismisses these SEC charges on Coinbase as boring. Now we're talking about that not regulatory enforcement that likely will need to happen. We do need to see this crackdown on exchanges by trying to offer kind of protection to investors. I do see that kind of perspective coming from the SEC, but I think the approach that the way that it's being organized and the way that it's being conducted is more pushing the technology away and allowing possibly other countries to advance with blockchain technology and outweighing the competition. Now, looking more into the article, as you can see here, the former CFTC chairman, he described the approach that can be described as boring and basically saying that these long-term Bitcoin holders that we've seen for years upon years, they particularly those who prioritize those transactional opportunities, they may not necessarily rely on exchanges. Let's zoom this in for you. Basically saying that they're really trying to highlight those alternative utilities for holding the asset, utilizing the asset in different ways, not just trying to, go back to fiat by utilizing on exchanges. And he is kind of recognized as the crypto dad for his pro-crypto innovation during his tenure as the CFTC chairman, but he did refrain from actually commenting directly on the SEC lawsuits against the targeted exchanges. However, he does believe, and I do kind of support this myself, that if a crackdown does prove successful, it will simply alter the timeline for blockchain and cryptocurrency to become more dominant forces in the value administration landscape. And I don't think I could agree with that enough, is that if the SEC is successful as cracking down and taking down some of the largest exchanges that we've seen and some of the charges that are against Coinbase and Binance, then that is likely going to limit and put a halt to the advancement of blockchain technology. Now, the question is, how is this going to be taken out? Like I said, there is still so much in limbo that there's really not a ton to report on right now. But I think one thing that's really important, and Coinbase has really made a lot of examples and has made a lot of references about this, is that the whole industry is trying to seek a regulatory clarity, and it's really lagging behind the peers of providing clear regulations to navigate this emerging industry. And we see this enforcement by action, and everybody has a different opinion on what's a security versus what's a commodity. And what we do have is other countries that are trying to get more involved with cryptocurrency, and that leads me to the next point right here. You have Deutsche Bank, one of the largest banks right here, applies for its actual digital asset license for these cryptocurrencies, taking its step into the industry. Now, this is a multinational investment bank and financial service companies that if they do get approved for this license, that they will be able to have interest and offer opportunities in some of the mainstream cryptocurrencies, and they have wanted a piece of the action for over 2 years. So introducing digital asset custody to some of these large banks, especially in these different countries compared to America, I think is interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see how this does emerge over time. But other than that, looking at that, where do you guys think we really stand in terms of crypto as a whole? Do you guys see it going well? Do you guys see it kind of be more crackdown? Or do we see possibly a halt in the technology until this future time? Until we do have answers and all the questions that need to be answered regarding the regulations and the definitions of what these cryptocurrencies are. I think there's a lot of things to be said at hand. I would love to start a discussion, create more videos on it. If you're interested, hit that like button, let me know down in the comments, and I will catch you guys later. Other than that, take care, have a great day, and Peace out.